Warning! Due to technical issues, today's episode has terrible audio quality. If this is your first time at the Go-Go, don't let that dissuade you from following or subscribing to the channel. Now, let's get groovy. Hey guys, where does Princess Leia shop for Father's Day?
Where?
At the Darth Mall. The Darth Mall. Get it? Get it? What do you call two Han Solos singing together? Han duet. Oh.
It's what you're watching. Welcome to Whatcha, presented by Geeky, a show where we dive into what's currently on our screens. Big screens or little screens, size matter not here, just the quality or lack of our cues. I'm Chris Nitro. Joining me today in the Go-Go is Anthony Pizzuto.
Hello.
And Eric Hill.
Yay.
And I forgot to mention, we are on location at Rise and Shine in beautiful Plainfield, New Jersey.
I think it's Scotch Plains.
Is it?
I think that side of the street is Plainfield. This side of the street is Scotch Plains. But I'll take it because I live in Plainfield and I would appreciate Rise and Shine being part of my city.
Do you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's better than the bagel place. The
You don't
sketchy
know?
bagel
You
place.
have not checked out the
You've
bagel
not been
place.
I know, and it's so funny. So Chris sends the picture that looks legitimately like he went in there and took the
I thought he was
picture.
inside too.
And I'm like, he's like, oh, they have outdoor dining and there's like bagels and stuff. And I'm like, oh, how are the bagels? He's like, I don't know, I didn't go.
Chris, do we need to teach you about how to properly credit someone?
I'm sharing with you guys. I'm not posting to the internet, okay?
Because I too thought that you went inside.
You could have just, instead of making me feel like an idiot, you could have just been like, hey, look what I found on Google, versus, me thinking that you were actually like scouting locations for us.
No.
I actually did get kind of a chuckle out of that. Like, what a knucklehead.
We wanted to check out the bagel place, but it's pretty small inside. But they do have outdoor seating, so I don't know. But it's a busy intersection.
Who goes to a bagel shop to do outdoor seating?
Well, if it's a beautiful day like this,
I guess think of a bagel shop as a grab and go
Yeah.
situation. I don't think of it.
Homeless
if
people?
if you make it like a coffee sit down lunch kind of place.
Yeah, that's true. If you're I get you. Yeah.
What were you up to this week?
I was in beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota. Weather was beautiful. It was a little chilly. It was nice to get out of the mugginess. Getting off the airplane last night at 2:30 in the morning because Chris was keeping me delayed from coming home. Stepping out of Newark Airport, it was like walking into hot water. Like, it was so muggy last night.
At 2:30 in the morning?
2:30 in the morning. I was like, holy hell. Compared to Minneapolis, it was windy. It was probably like 65, 70, but the weather was perfect. But no, it was a productive trip for work. Didn't do anything wild and crazy there. It was kind of an in and out type of thing. But yeah, now I'm back, and this weekend I have a lot of projects that I need to catch up on. Family time that I have to catch up on, which is why I'm not going to be able to join you guys this weekend. I know.
Ooh.
Family.
Priorities, man.
Priorities. Gotta
Pick better
prioritize.
families. Kidding.
Oh, he said it. What about you, Eric? What have you been up to this week?
The most exciting thing this week was I was a poll worker on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that was pretty fun.
I forgot you registered for that.
Yeah, I did an entire day of it's a New Jersey primary. So I was one of those people that signed you in, told you what to do, all that kind of stuff. So I did that from 5 a.m. to around 8:30 p.m.
Damn.
You working the whole time?
You get like poll opens at 6. You need to be there by like 5:15. And then you're just there with your group of people for that entire time.
Did you break up any fights? Was there like a lot of drama in the local political scene?
I mean, it's not huge turnout for primaries.
It's not a great turnout. I want to say the district that I was responsible for, you're looking at maybe like 700-800 registered people. Maybe like 10% showed up. But to vote primaries, like that's already going to be a small group, and then so to even some people do early voting, some people do vote by mail. The only thing that was remotely exciting was, as we can imagine, this is the political state in which we live in these days, but in the state of New Jersey, you're not supposed to check licenses. So voter ID. There are voter ID laws not to check licenses. So I think it's a state law. Of course, we have folks.
Know that.
Well, yeah. Well, so like if you try to take out your license at a polling place, they'll be like, "We don't need to see that."
I've done that before, yeah.
Yeah. You just need to confirm your name, address, date of birth, and we'll get you in.
Oh, wow.
Well, obviously there are some folks who are very unhappy with it on a certain spectrum of the political spectrum. So there are definitely people that came in and it's just went like, shove your ID in our faces.
Really?
And I'll be like, oh, we don't need to see that. And they'll be like, well, you should.
Oh, for
And I'll
God's
be
sake.
like, Jesus Christ. And I was
Yeah.
like, then vote. Please.
That's a nice looking license. Move
That's
along.
right. Please go talk. Please vote.
Yeah.
Get your elected officials to kind of make changes if you want to make changes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow, and I'm like, okay. So that was some of the excitements throughout the day. But I had befriended my fellow election workers. And at the end of the night, we're like, we'll see you in November. So it sounds like they like to keep teams together.
Mm-hmm.
So I might actually be again with these folks
Cool. All right.
in November. So I made some friends this week. That's a fun part of it. And most of them are your neighbors.
Okay.
And it's not what you imagine. You know, when I think of like election workers in the past, when I've gone voting, I only paid attention to, oh, these are like retirees. You know, people who got nothing to do with their day, so they say I'm gonna go volunteer to kind of help out. No, there actually are plenty of folks who are still actively working, who just think it's an important civic duty to volunteer a day of your time. I mean, we do get paid, but
Yeah.
you know, they do think that it's a part of their civic duty to come and help out your local community, and then
That's great.
and we got to see people who are voting for the first time. So it's very exciting. You know, it's a primary, so it's a very low stake kind of voting situation, but it's fun to see people like, oh, I've never voted before. How does it work? Oh,
That's exciting. That's great.
So that's pretty fun. And then the last thing is just, gosh, a lot of these things could have been automated, or the user experience could be much better. But you know, tis the system that we live in. So that's the highlight of my week. What about you, Chris?
My week is fairly uneventful. I got to do my physical yesterday. Let's check a box. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like, I didn't really do much else. Yeah, just work and whatnot, delaying Anthony's flights.
Right. Ruining my week.
You're looking forward to what tomorrow?
Tomorrow, folks, today's Friday. Tomorrow, Saturday, June 8th, is Ghostbusters Day. Right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was a very specific to New York thing. It is not. I just saw an article that it's also taking place on the West Coast too. So there may be festivities all across the country. I have not come across them. We've kind of dipped our toes into this fandom just a little bit. I know it existed. I know it's well established. But Eric and I we're gonna head over to Hook and Ladder 8 in Manhattan, the beautiful, iconic firehouse. So we've talked about lovingly before. Downtown Manhattan. That is the set, the exterior set, I should say, for the Ghostbusters.
It's the
firehouse.
OG firehouse.
Right, it's the original firehouse.
I don't know what they have out in the West Coast, but you know.
Right. I mean, there are. It's funnily enough, there are Hook and Ladder 8s all across the country. So we saw one. I thought it was you that found it recently, or someone found it recently. Someone was selling like a Hook and Ladder 8. It was an old firehouse. They kept it as like a mechanic shop or something like that. So yeah, it's really cool that they exist. So I'm really excited about that. Meet fellow Ghostbusters fans and whatnot. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do tomorrow, Saturday, again, June 8th. This is coming out on Monday, so.
Let's put some pictures on the Instagram.
We'll post. We'll do a recap.
We have an Instagram?
Yes, we have an Instagram.
We'll
You
edit.
don't have an Instagram.
We'll edit that out, folks.
Oh no, it's staying in. But Chris, something else happened this week in regards to Ghostbusters and you, or us.
Oh, we officially took the helm, the three of us, I should say I took the helm, but we are going to share the load. And the love of Ghostbusters, we took over the costuming group, the North Jersey Ghostbusters. That's what they go by on Facebook. I literally set up a Gmail account yesterday. We are now registered. I don't know how long it takes to populate, and there may be some questions back and forth. We don't have an official logo yet, but we are registered on, or we started to register on whoyougonnacall.com. I think it's .com, maybe it's .net. It's terrible. I should do my research. But there was a lot of questions I had to answer, so there was a lot of back and forth, and I forgot if it was one of those. But who you gonna call? Google that. Who you gonna call? And you'll find the website. Hopefully, it comes up soon. You know, talks about what the group encompasses and whatnot. I did put down where like basically half of Central Jersey and then all of North Jersey.
Yeah.
We got a few excited people that are posting. Expressing interest of like what are we doing, where we go and stuff like that. So we're excited about that. We're going to make our debut appearance tomorrow in New York, funnily enough, but I think it's a very fitting place to start and interact with many people who
Maybe we'll find other people from New Jersey.
Oh, absolutely. I hope so. I know the event is hosted by, funnily enough, the Buffalo Ghostbusters, at least on Facebook. There is a New York City Ghostbusters. And, you know, they're doing hotel blocks in New Jersey. They're doing tons of stuff. So I'm pretty sure we'll come across other New Jersey Ghostbusters as well. Whether they're in North Jersey or not, you know, fellow Jersey Ghostbusters would be a really cool thing to experience, I think.
Maybe we should go find haunted houses.
That is actually an option
Okay.
of what services are provided.
Oh, I love that.
Right? So
That's
there was
awesome.
a whole checkbox system that said, you know, what do you do birthday parties? Funnily enough, as we've seen in Ghostbusters 2, do we do birthdays? Do we have an Ecto 1? Do we do corporate events? Do we do movie theaters appearances? And one of them was paranormal investigations. So today we're doing a special Watchin', where the three of us are talking about one thing, and that one thing is the Acolyte.
Last night, a Jedi was murdered.
The Jedi justify their galactic dominance in the name of peace. But that peace is a lie.
Jedi are being hunted.
She was my student. I trained her. Let me be the one to bring her in.
I sense this is only a small part of a larger plan. Some sort of shift to tip the scales.
It's time.
To face the past. Destiny is not decided for you by an anonymous force. If you want to pull the thread and change everything, then pull it.
What are you?
The Acolyte premiered on Disney Plus on June 4th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So just a few days ago. Again, this airs on Monday, so well within the spoiler-free timeline that we've all established here. So let's get right into it. Anthony, what you think about the Acolyte?
Basically, we're just picking people who are eating right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Excuse me. I have been consistently disappointed with what's been coming out of Lucasfilm these last few
What?
series. Oh yeah.
Andor included?
Andor is the exception.
Okay.
Obi-Wan wasn't a fan. Boba Fett, not a fan. Ahsoka was so-so. It was Ahsoka.
I knew it.
You like that?
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll take
Awesome. Thank you
we'll
so
take
much.
roadies, sure. But and I had to. It took me 3 sittings to watch the 2 episodes because I started watching the first episode when I got to Minneapolis at 1 o'clock in the morning. Kind of dozed off, and then throughout the rest of it, I finally finished episode 2 at the airport, as Chris had kept me delayed for 3 hours. I actually really liked it. And what I like most about it, and we've talked about this on the show before, is I'm so sick of us having to rely on the nostalgia factor, like having to have Darth Vader appear, or having to use Obi-Wan or Boba Fett to sell a story. It's tired, it's lazy, but what's great about this is we're 100 years before the Empire. And so it's a whole new galaxy, it's a whole new territory, it's a whole new, mostly batch of characters. I mean, I'm sure Yoda's going to make an appearance.
He is
because
alive
he's
during
there.
this time.
Yeah, and he's a Jedi Master, because he's very prevalent in the High Republic series, which happens even further in the past. Chewbacca's probably around because he's 200 years old by the time A New Hope comes around.
So this is a baby Chewbacca?
Who knows?
Teenager Chewbacca?
Why not? A teenager Chewbacca? Yeah.
I don't think we'll
I don't think we'll.
Yeah.
I think we're definitely gonna see Yoda.
We're definitely gonna see Yoda. I don't know about Chewie, but I was. There are nitpicky things in these first 2 episodes that kind of annoyed me, but not so much where I'm like, yeah, I hate this show. I actually really enjoyed it. It was something akin to. It didn't feel like the other content that's been coming out lately. It felt fresh and familiar at the same time, and I don't know how best to verbalize that. It's almost like it had a level of sci-fi channelness to it.
Okay.
Which,
in a good way or a bad
in
way?
a good way.
Okay,
In a that's, I think that might be the familiarity piece to it, which I liked. I liked where they're going. So just to kind of read the synopsis log line of the series. An investigation into a shocking crime spree pits a respected Jedi Master against a dangerous warrior from his past. As more clues emerge, they travel down a dark path where sinister forces reveal all is not what it seems.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So I think we're in for a treat, but I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. The characters that were introduced, so we have May, who we quickly find out is a twin. That's not a big surprise there.
You mean Osha?
Osha. Well, yeah, May/Osha.
It's interesting how on IMDb she's credited as May.
Well, what's also interesting too is yeah, that is interesting. She's not credited as anybody else other than May. Carrie Ann Moss. It's a lot of kung fu.
Yeah.
There was a lot more kung fu than I was expecting.
I love it.
Yeah, no, it was.
It's
in
got
a good
wire
way.
work.
It felt like Matrix. It felt Matrixy.
That's right.
And I love how. And again, this is. I guess we're in the spoiler-free zone because it's been a week by the time this comes out. If anybody went to the IMDb page in the last 9 months, they would have seen that Carrie Ann Moss was only credited in 1 episode. She's always been credited in 1 episode, so you knew she was going to die.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Well,
There's going to be flashbacks.
You knew that she wasn't going to be a presence because she's only in 1 out of 10 episodes. So either she dies or she just makes a quick appearance for it to
There's
start.
no way.
Look at that! It's right there. 1 episode.
Yeah, it's not updated. There's no way. How is the main guy going to be there for only 2 episodes?
Maybe he doesn't.
So, question.
Yeah.
And I don't have a pro account, so I don't know this.
Heyo.
Is IMDb crowdsourced like Wikipedia is?
There is a level of crowdsourcing, but it's verified.
Okay.
So you can submit a update, but they will then go and verify it,
Okay.
that it's an actual credited role or something like that.
Well, how do the uncredited roles come up? Not specifically the show, like I see that occasionally.
That's a good question. I don't know how uncredited roles actually work.
There's no way. I'm calling it. There's no way.
So May is credited with 8 episodes.
Same thing with Daphne King.
This character we've not even met yet, Mother Anastasia, is credited for 6 episodes.
There's no way all these other people are only in 2 and 1 episodes.
I mean, Torben. I mean,
There is no way. There's zero way.
You don't think so?
No.
All right.
They're updating this as they go because they know two people like you are checking IMDb for these things.
Okay.
I
all right.
I'm with Eric. On
You
this
are?
one.
Okay. Should we do a gentleman's bet?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna put. I'll bet $5 that Carrie Ann Moss is dead, and we're not gonna see her again.
I didn't say she's dead. She's not dead.
Okay.
I'm saying we're gonna see her again.
All right. Okay. So I'll rephrase my bet. $5. Carrie Ann Moss. We're not gonna see her again.
Oh, it's on. We're gonna see her.
I'm not jumping in on this bet, but I'm siding with Eric on this.
Okay. All right.
I've mentioned it before where, and people have done this. They get a bigger name actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
As Carrie Ann Moss is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone else is as A-lister as she is on the show.
No.
And
Yeah.
so they bring this like exciting person to like get the show going and whatever, and then they kill him off in the first episode. Like,
And why would I sign on as Carrie Ann Moss to do like, oh hey, like the first 30 seconds of the show?
Because
Right.
it's a Star Wars. Would
Whether-
you sign on to do 30 seconds of a Star Wars?
Not if I'm Carrie Ann Moss. Like the money better be real good.
Well, that's probably why she only did one episode. They had to.
They say this show's budget's bigger than Obi-Wan's.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah, I mean, so that to Eric's point, and I think this is where he's going, is that at a minimum there has to be a flashback.
There's gonna be flashbacks.
Okay.
There
all
has
right.
to be, right? Because so how I liken this show is how the Mandalorian was credited as a Western.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Japanese Western, right? It has that that stunt work, has that all the fighting and all that stuff. Like a lot of iconic movies and shows from Japan have given us. I'm coming up short with like as an example, but we kind of know that already with the Mandalorian. Like they literally took from Lone Wolf and Cub, right? So this is more, and we always know the Jedi have roots in samurai. This is more of a Japanese show, right? More fighting, more wire work, more stunts, and this and that and the other thing. So that's my take of the show, and we know there are going to be like, oh, this is almost like a detective series too. It literally says it in the title.
Yep.
There's going to be like making connections. Oh, you were in, and so there has to be. She's going to show up somewhere else.
And I'm pretty sure the trailer showed her in the past.
I didn't go back to verify this. I want to be. I'm one of those people that like, I don't bother watching trailers if I know absolutely I'm going to watch a show or movie or whatever.
Which, by the way, speaking of trailers, I mean, it's been a while since I watched it also, but I'm pretty sure the majority of the trailer came from these first 2 episodes.
I would think so.
Which I love, because when you watch a trailer, you go, oh, how far away is this thing?
Right.
And now you're like, oh, this is like, everything and that's one comment I'll make. Everything's happening very quickly
Oh yeah.
in these 2 episodes. Like, they move really fast. And, you know, I was watching with Jessie, who's not a huge Star Wars follower. Even she was commenting on, she's like, oh, wow, like, they're really progressing really quickly throughout these first 2 episodes. Like, they didn't keep you waiting on the fact that there's a twin out there somewhere. That could have come, like, much later. They killed Carrie Ann Moss within the first 30 seconds. You know? And so...
But look at Obi-Wan, look at Ahsoka. Like, I think if you go back and reread the comments from our beloved fan base, a lot of it was about how slow it was, how the slow start was. And so kind of using that feedback of saying, okay, you don't like slow? Let's do big and see what happens.
I mean, I really like it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I
me
really
too.
like how fast it's moving.
Yeah.
Like, 2 episodes in, and we're like...
I think people are confusing the slowness with action, right? You don't have to be a very quick story to have action in it, right? Like, fight sequences were great.
Oh, Wireworks, man.
Yeah.
So fun.
But the plot progression is like, you know, usually you would think like, oh, the twin reveal would happen in like episode 5 or something.
That's what
like
I'm
that.
saying.
Boom.
Like a
first
mid-season, like, cliff.
episode, right? You know, old Padawan connects with her old master. Like, that's stuff that happens later on in stories. Like if this was a film, it would all happen in the first 5 minutes.
Right, yeah.
But the slowness of a TV series. Like they have to space it out. Not that they have to space it out. They made the decision to space it out.
Sure.
So I mean, I think all those people are wrong. Like complaining about the slowness. It's an episodic TV show. What do you expect?
Sure.
How many episodes is it supposed to be? Do you know? 8?
Yeah. Which again drives me crazy. I wish they would go longer with these things. So kind of going back to what you guys were talking about, it's funny that this word is being used. So Headland, Leslie Headland, the creator of Acolyte, who I don't believe has much of a sci-fi pedigree at all. I mean, she had Single Drunk Female, Russian Doll. She was a co-producer on Pink and Blue,
I
Heathers.
don't think I've seen anything that she's done.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm aware of some of these things. I mean, Russian Doll was on Netflix. That was with the gal from
Natasha.
American Pie. Yeah, Natasha, that's her last name. Sleeping with Other People.
I have not watched any of these things.
Yeah, and so it's interesting that she's now the creator and showrunner of such an iconic piece of IP. But she actually says in an interview with Esquire that the Acolyte is inspired by The Matrix, calling the fighting style on the show force fu.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of like a no-brainer that Carrie Ann Moss made an appearance.
You know, she also said something with some of the other interview, which I'm very excited about. We haven't seen lightsaber battles yet, but apparently she wanted you'll notice the lightsaber here. I think it's different than lightsabers in Obi-Wan because she wanted weight on these lightsabers. So I think when we see lightsaber fights, it's going to be a lot more weight because I think they were talking about the construction of lightsabers is completely different. Like I think these actually glow.
More interesting.
These are sticks or something, and then so people are actually going to be like really fighting against one another, not dancing around it.
Wasn't there a comment in the show where one of them said you use a lightsaber if you're going to kill?
Yeah.
And so I felt like there was a lot more force and force fu than the lightsaber stuff. So maybe that's why we haven't seen a lot of it yet. But as we meet the main protagonist or antagonist, we'll probably see a lot more lightsaber battles.
I'm the last person to school anybody on the High Republic era, having read 3/4 of a book.
Just keep going, man. It gets good.
Oh yeah. No, I have tons of books. I have tons of comics, but I haven't opened any of them. But it's a more. But I did read the Timelines book. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's a work of art in itself. This is more of a purified time of the Jedi, right? Where they're more strict with their rules. Although we start this show with, oh, Jedi not supposed to do that, But you have the character that's like reinforcing Jedi not supposed to do that. Oh, I was told to do this. Like, what do you want me to do now? Like, very, very regimented. Like, oh, I just became a Jedi Knight. I got to follow all the rules. I forgot the character's name.
Yord's a nerd.
Yeah, and that's what I'm getting at. You have that whole era of like the Jedi have been around for centuries now at this point, and they haven't really had an opponent, so to speak, as in the dark side.
Sure.
If you read the High Republic, they do have an opponent. It's just not that.
Sure.
That's
the nihilists.
Yeah. So it's interesting because what Jesse pointed out, it's nice to watch with somebody who's not like as deep into this as we are. There are several moments in the show where she goes, I thought Jedi's were supposed to be very good at detecting these things. Why aren't they picking them up? Like, oh, there's someone with ill intent or someone who's clearly lying.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Where is the disturbance in the Force?
Right. She's like, why aren't they picking any of these things up? Like,
right.
And I was like, oh, that's a really good point.
It just may be something they've never experienced. Right.
Yeah.
Well, and eventually when we get to Phantom Menace, no one knows that. So maybe this is a precursor into getting into Darth Plagueis, who taught Palpatine.
A lot of people are excited about that.
Darth Plagueis device
To make him canon.
Yeah.
He is canon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
to actually see him.
Visually canonize him.
What I really like too, actually, about talking about like there's a lot of Jedis these days. outpost Jedi, I guess Jedi is a plural, but like the Jedi that we meet in the outpost, you can tell like their clothes and all that kind of stuff is a little different than the one who came from Coruscant.
Right.
They're more like local. You know, it's a little rougher, like their fabric. I really like the Padawan that was there in the second episode.
And you liken it to what we saw in the Bad Batch, and I forget the character's name, but like, remember those clone troopers that were like abandoned?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and they were just making do with what they had and stuff like that.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how there's like a local Jedi temple. We've never seen that before.
No, yeah.
Right.
Yep. It's like your, what do we call them? Where the diplomats all go.
Embassy?
It's like an embassy. Yeah.
The other way. It's a consulate. I think the embassy is in the capital.
There's
of the
one
country.
embassy and there are multiple
Or
consulates.
multiple
Oh,
consulates.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, overall I liked it.
Yeah.
You know, like we're only 2 episodes in. I can't definitively judge anything.
Sure. Yeah.
Just based on these 2 episodes, I mean.
I've liked the costumes. The Jedi robes are a lot different than what we used to. I mean, I say it's very different. Just as like, don't look the same to me. I'm like, oh, look at the details. I mean, like I want one. Like I was looking at it, I go like that. I like this. Like you can tell the material is significantly different. There's patterns on them. The color is different. There are capes. Everybody walk around with capes, which is really really cool. Not robes, capes.
The interesting thing, I think, I'm not going to take a bet on this, but I think we're going to see the creation of R2. Right? Because we never, correct me if I'm wrong, right? We don't, he exists in the Phantom Menace, right? He's there already.
Yep, he's being a working droid.
Right, and so the character, was it Maya or Osha? No, it's Maya, right? May?
No, Osha.
It's Osha.
Osha's the good one.
Osha's the R2.
Okay. Osha, she says, like, oh, the Trade Federation is not supposed to be using mechanics or something like that anymore. But then when the Jedi, her friend the Jedi shows up and says, oh, what are you doing? She's like, I'm a mechanic. She just like flat out admits to it.
Which, by the way, is so fun to see the Trade Federation.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, that was unexpected. Where did those guys come from?
Yeah, we haven't seen them since what, Clone Wars animated?
Yeah. And they look not as powerful as they are in Phantom Menace.
Right.
This is the beginning of the Trade Federation.
I heard a comment about the Asian accent.
Oh yeah, they changed it. They changed that slightly.
Make it less. Yeah.
They dialed it
Mildly
down.
left
They had to dial that down. I still think it's hilarious, but they had to dial that down.
One of our friends said he was suspecting like a Brooklyn accent or something just to get away from it completely.
Hey, they're a different sector of the universe. You don't know.
Listen, I don't think it's like if they have an Asian accent, great. You know, I don't think it's a big deal. I understand the stereotype thing, but it's an accent. You know, people have them.
I would say the one thing that bugged me a little bit is, and this is us getting spoiled, but I think I could see like very easily now when some things are filmed on a green screen or in the volume. And there are shots where I go, that look just like it's in a video game. It doesn't feel as good as, like the likes of Andor when they're out there actually in the wild shooting these things. There's just such a difference. Yeah. Like I don't know how much of this is like filmed on set versus like on location, but like the opening when May is coming in to fight Carrie Ann Moss. Like there's a shot of her. This is very early in the shot, like of her. Like, and this is actually literally the opening. Yeah, we're good, thank you. Like the opening scene of the show, like the whole vista behind her. I was like, this looks like a video game, and I that threw me off a little bit, and I did not like.
So the two things that and these are very nitpicky. Yes, but I really noticed it when they were looking through the macro binoculars. There was something about the clarity that it just looked like they took footage from the camera and threw it on, threw it in Premiere to make it look like he was looking at it. And I was like, that's what kind of gave me like a cheap sci-fi channel type of thing. It was like they could have spent a couple minutes on graining this up and making it feel more like he's looking through a binocular.
Which, by the way, that scene you're talking about when yours like looking down.
Yeah.
He's right there. Why is he using a binocular?
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's that too. Yes. So that kind of technical thing was a little annoying to me, but again, doesn't destroy the overarching vibe that I like about it. And then the only other thing, it's a casting decision. I don't know why it was made, but the actor who played Torben, Dean Charles Chapman, looked like a little kid in a high school play with a fake beard on.
And fake guy.
And a fake eye. More so the beard, though.
Yeah.
I was like, why is this little boy wearing a fake beard playing a sage Jedi trapped in meditation, in self-imposed meditation? Like, why you couldn't have found like a big boy, a grown-up, an adult to play this character? It was very
that was
jarring to me. Just I was like, that kind of took me out of it a little bit. So I'm glad he didn't stick around. But I was like,
Flashbacks.
Flashbacks. I'll put another $5 down that we're not going to see
They
Torben
keep talking
either.
about 4 Jedis back on the planet.
Yes.
They're gonna talk about them together. Thank you.
You're
They're gonna show up again.
I don't
I
think
guarantee they will
so.
show
All
up.
right. It could be a big old switcheroo, but I you and I, $5.
Tell them, man.
Yep. Want to throw another 5 on Torben?
Well, it's the same one.
So she's going. Let's dissect this a little bit. She's going after these 4 Jedi
Correct.
because I'm assuming they.
She's
let
killed
her
2 in 2
die,
episodes, by the way.
Right.
She's killed 2 in 2 episodes.
They let her die, right? So she's trying to get vengeance, right? For her whole family died, even though she's not dead. So, but we never see them in her flashbacks, right? We see flames. I think we see Carrie Ann Moss flashing back.
No, that was a trailer.
Okay. I thought that at some point, like, when she said, like, what are you doing here? Like, just after that, like, during the fight or something like that, she comes to realization. I could be wrong. I thought I remember that, but to your point, it's a trailer, right? So, there's gonna come, I think, there's gonna come a point, or visually, I think, as a director, if I were the director, at some point, you kind of paint the whole scene of what happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Like it's very much to me like like Knives Out.
I did not see all of Knives Out.
Well, I mean,
I started watching it and then like they got pulled from the service I was watching it.
what's it? It
It's
is
on
Knives Out.
Netflix.
Yeah, I was
Is
thinking
it?
about Knives Out. Yeah. But you know, you tell a story. It unwinds, and you get to the end, and then boom, they play back the entire scenario from the time
Right,
when
yeah,
it actually
100%. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, this is supposed to be a very Agatha Christie-ish,
Yeah.
Matrix-y type of whodunit.
Oh, if Keanu Reeves making an appearance,
That'd be cool.
I would
That'd be
lose it.
cool.
I know Force Food.
Morpheus.
It's not on there? Okay.
It was on Amazon, but then what was the second one called?
Onion, glass onion? Knives Out.
Onion Rings.
Onion rings.
It was on Amazon Prime, but then
Yeah.
the Onion movie was coming out, and
Yeah.
they pulled it.
Gotcha.
And so you had to like
Buy
pay
it.
the rent or whatever. And I was like, I'm not doing this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
wait till it comes
Yeah.
back out.
So predictions for the show. You think we're going to see the birth of R2?
Yeah, at some point. If not, maybe not in this season, but
Yeah.
if it continues on multiple seasons, I think we'll get to that point.
And they mentioned R2. They said something about an R2
Well, they say
unit.
R2 units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting because it's an astromech unit, it's not an R2 unit. Because there's R4, R2, R5, so on and so forth.
Maybe right now there's only one R model, and it's R2.
Is it R1s?
Yeah, there's the R1s.
Have you ever
R1.
seen R1s?
Nah, I don't think so.
What a,
R1 Aftermath.
maybe those are prototypes.
Yeah.
And production ones are R2s.
According to Wikipedia, this is the R1
Yeah,
series.
we're not gonna see R1
It
more.
looks like a Dalek.
It does, actually, yes. Yes. We'll post a picture in the show notes of the Dalek-looking R1 series.
Yeah, I bet R2's the mainstream units.
So yeah, we might see the R1 series go away. And wait, was there an R1 in A New Hope on screen? Yeah, there's a screen used R1 right there. We've just never
From where?
This must have been a new home.
It's in the background somewhere.
It's definitely it's probably in the sandcrawler. But yeah, it definitely looks like a Dalek. Possibly Plagueis.
Yep.
Do we think we'll see Plagueis? So we didn't see more of the antagonist.
Nope.
We just saw it briefly at the end.
A
Yeah,
shadow from the back.
in the saber,
Yeah.
a red saber. What do you think? What are your predictions?
I predict the 4 Jedi set fire and killed everybody.
Burn the world.
I think it's accident. Is someone calling you?
Oh. Yep. I had a meeting, but it was moved. I don't know why. It just didn't sync to
It's
my
like,
phone.
what'd you tell it? No, I bet they did something bad.
Yeah.
And there was a cover up.
Mm.
Otherwise, why would that guy kill himself?
Yeah.
Like something he felt bad about something.
No, that's true. Yeah. And he kept himself. in
And what I
stasis.
thought was interesting was May saw Osha for the first time and was surprised that Osha was still alive. So something happened where May thought Osha died and Osha thought May died.
Well, didn't Master Soul?
He said they tried to save them both, but he couldn't.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But he didn't say anything about. Well, we don't know. They just say that she was presumed to be dead.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a series of unfortunate events that led to the Jedi accidentally setting fire to the entire place,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone died.
I dig it. I'm just bummed there's only 8 episodes. I feel like this is going to be a fun series.
It's kind of a new thing. Like no one, like, you know, having watched Big Bang not too long ago, like you don't have the 24 episode
Nope.
arcs anymore. Like sitcoms, I mean, yes, they're limited to 30 minutes, but you need like some of these episodes dip below 30 minutes. You know, you have like 28-minute episodes, 29-minute.
I think it's how. I think you know how there's talks about for people with like Star Wars fatigue, and how do you like why keep out pumping content, especially like that, like, and to be able to keep track of that story is gonna be crazy. Like, how do you find a time and a place to do
How many episodes
multiple
is-
seasons?
How many episodes is Game of Thrones?
Like 12, I think.
Yeah, but there was a book that they were based on.
I get that,
Yeah,
but like just like they did with the Harry Potter books, they made 8 movies out of 7 books.
let's go milking it.
There were
Like,
73 episodes
Like
across
The
each
Hobbit
season.
did not need to be in 3 episodes. Three episodes.
Yeah. You know, instead of we have this 20-hour film saga, Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings.
Yeah. See, 1 hour each book. I mean, sorry, 1 movie each book. I'm okay with that.
It's like Game of Thrones was like 10 episodes. Yeah, 10 episodes each series. Each season.
Oh, I'm just so annoyed the book is still not done yet.
What merch are you looking forward to coming out of this? I'm assuming everyone wants a pip for Christmas.
Everyone definitely wants a pip.
No, I want
I want to actively
a
working pip.
I want a Jedi robe.
You want Jedi robe? Okay, yeah.
Master Soul's robe.
So I like what they did with Pip because it is super producible and it could be so much more functional than Lola. So they
Correct.
tried to merch Lola.
This is the
Yeah, Lola merch
You can't merch Lola.
this is the Star Wars tricorder.
Yeah,
Right?
yes.
There is
They can
so
do
many-
everything.
There's so
Pip
many
can do
things
everything.
you can do with this.
Did you have that
Yeah.
moment? Because I did have that moment where when she was trying to break out of prison and she ripped Pip's head off and went, "Ooh!" I was like, "That's messed up."
Pip is the Swiss Army knife
And I was
Yes.
like, "Oh,
Star
Pip,
Wars.
Pip's
Yeah.
a tool. Pip's a tool."
Pip's a tool. Pip is totally a tool.
But I did have a moment where, and then when she was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I
That's
can
a-
definitely see Pip in people's stockings this year, more so than Lola.
Oh, there should be a crossover with like a Black and Decker or something. Are they still around? Is Black and Decker still around?
Sure, yeah. I think they're owned by... I think
No idea.
DeWalt actually owns them.
Oh, do they?
DeWalt, I think, owns Craftsman and Black & Decker now.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
all these guys do a crossover. Because you can actually see that. You think about the tools you can put in there.
Totally, yeah.
And then someone modded to be a flamethrower. Or
Well, there was a big crossover with Autodesk for this series.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Design your own.
Design your own droid, yeah. And there's all these features on how Pip was made in Autodesk and all that.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm sure we will quickly be seeing files on Thingiverse and and other Patreons to make your own Pip. That'll be a fun one for sure.
I am curious about Chimere as a character.
Who's that?
Chimere is the pharmacist dude that she went to make the
okay.
poison.
Oh yeah.
He
Played
ma-
by Manny Jacinto.
Like, I think he's like, is he another acolyte? Because he, in the conversation, it feels like they have a shared master.
Yes.
I don't think it's like, and so he's just telling enough lie to get away for himself. Like he's telling half truths to get away from the interrogation. Which, by the way, so fun to see Jedi like cops, just like, is it true? What did you say? I'll let you go with a warning kind of situation. But I am curious about him to see what else is gonna happen to him.
So
and he beat May in a fight.
Yeah.
So there's 2 actors that are listed in the credits, but they don't have a character attached to them. Paul Bullion, British actor from The Witcher, which I actually never watched that.
You never saw The Witcher?
No.
There's so many people in The Witcher. It's probably like
Yeah.
uncredited something.
He's also in Peaky Blinders.
Oh.
He was Lambert in The Witcher. Who's Lambert?
I think Lambert's one of the Witchers.
Oh, okay. He was in Dune. He was a Sardaukar soldier. So he's not credited with an actual character. And then Amy Sang from Kung Fu, SWAT, Call Me by My Name, General Hospital, Snakehead. Anyway,
Is she a stunt double?
It just has nothing next to her.
She might be a stunt double.
They're the only 2 actors that don't have any name. So I'm curious who they might end up being. They're no one of, like, I was looking for someone who was like a puppeteer or like something like that.
Yeah, I'm not buying this whole IMDb already uploaded situation.
Okay, all right. We're a quarter of the way through the
Yeah,
series.
but to your point, like the puppeteers are not on here. Like there's got to be other people that they end up eventually putting on here once the whole thing comes out.
Well, and this is cast. It could be. Let's see. What's
Is the crew filled out yet?
here? Series. Yeah. Oh yeah. We have hair and makeup, prosthetic, second unit, art
The crew makes
department,
sense.
puppet, creature effects.
Yeah, but that's a
Yeah.
makeup artist.
Who played the droid? Not the big hulking droid on the ship.
the
Oh,
security
maybe
droid.
that was Lambert. Maybe that was.
Oh, which by the
chairs.
way was so cool. The chairs was the
The chairs
coolest
are really
thing.
cool.
Yeah, that was really neat. That was super
When they
cool.
start closing up, I was like,
Yeah.
"That's a chair!
Yeah.
They're chairs!"
Yeah. And I will say that prison droid. Does anybody remember what that prison
I don't know,
droid
man.
is?
That
I
prison
don't even
droid
think
felt pretty lame.
What was
But
that?
The prison droid I felt was pretty lame, but the
But-
chair droids are very, very cool.
But now people like us can cosplay as a protocol droid.
We can also cosplay as that Padawan. I mean,
No, but like you have to be built like Justin Sunfield to be able to fit into a
This is
C-3PO
true. This is
outfit.
true. This
I
is
can't
true.
fit into a C-3PO outfit, but I can fit into a prison droid guy's costume.
Swole droid.
Soul droid. No offense to Justin Sunfield, you have a beautiful body.
but
This
that-
got
but that-
very weird. Very
we
weird.
did not take you down there. You went down there yourself.
I dragged myself down there. He doesn't listen to this.
I do
Leave
like
a comment if you listen to this.
He
Justin.
is a subscriber.
Okay.
You're gonna get a text.
I'm gonna get a text.
I do like. No, I think I have been generally satisfied with this.
So quarter series disco balls.
It's quarter series.
I mean, yeah. We're 2 episodes in. So Chris, 2 episodes in, disco balls.
I'm gonna be reserved, and I will give it 3 disco balls.
No, I'm gonna do 3.5.
3.5. Okay, well, you know what? I too will keep reserved. So I'm gonna do 3.
Wait, that guy. Who's
Okay.
that guy?
What one? Who?
Yeah,
Jeff King.
this is who I think it is. Oh no, different guy.
All right, cool. So we our average is at what,
So
3 1/4.
yeah. So what day of the week are these coming out? Tuesdays, Wednesdays,
Sticking to Tuesday.
Tuesday nights, right?
I mean, it started with Tuesday night, doesn't it?
Every Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Pacific time.
Which is funny because Tuesday when I woke up, I go, I went, Acolyte Day.
Yeah.
And I turned on TV and I go, why no Acolyte? And I was like, is this Wednesday thing?
I got it worse. I'm telling my wife we have to sit down in front of the TV at 6 because it's gonna get spoiled. And she's like, all right, well, it's dinner. I was like, well, scarf down dinner and sit down and eat, blah blah blah. And so we go through the whole deal, and it's like 6:15 now. I'm like sweating bullets. I'm like, are we watching now? And she's like, well, I wanted to go for a walk. And I'm like, you're killing me. She's like, just watch it without me. And she looks,
I don't care.
She just pulls up the Disney app, and she's like, it starts at 9. I was like, no, it said 6. It said 6. They started with Pacific time. And I was like, they never do that. It's always 9, 6 Pacific. It's they always start with Eastern, and they did it. They just did it.
I will tell you, by the way, having lived in Central Time Zone, it is the ideal time zone to live in for anything. Like TV show comes out at a reasonable time, sports end at a reasonable time, whether it's West or East Coast, and I very much miss that.
That's cool.
Wait, so it's a schedule. So now it's just every week. Oh, there you go. Go down.
You found the release schedule?
Yeah, so it's every 7 days. So every week until July 16th.
All right. Good
I'm
episode.
excited. This is good stuff. This gets me excited about more Star Wars. When is the Mandalorian movie supposed to come out?
Ooh, 25, I think.
Yeah, I think we
So they're probably actively filming that now too.
Yeah.
They're just about to start.
And then we're gonna get another Andor at the beginning of next year.
2026.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
6.
we're gonna get new Andor next year.
New Andor?
Yeah, Andor season.
Oh, Andor. Yeah.
season 3.
Yeah. I thought we were going to do an Ewok movie. Okay.
Another one?
Another one, but a good one. The third time's a charm. All right, Chris, why don't you take us home?
Cool. Do you want more Geeky A Go-Go? Well, make sure you're following us on all socials at Geeky A Go-Go and share with us what you're watching. Want cool stuff? Want to connect with us on a higher level, like on our Discord channel? Head on over to patreon.com/geekyagogo and support the show. You'll get awesome swag and other perks. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're following the show on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review. Thanks so much for listening. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.